continue with Time Princess. Well, let's first do the sound test. Alright, let's make sure that it's running. Alright, so it's running. Now let's fix the audio. Alright, perfect. We're continuing with Time Princess. This is a sub-story of the Marie Antoinette book. So let's run into it. Double it. Her Majesty's luck is incredible. I'm going to fold. Without a doubt, this round goes to Her Majesty. I turn over the cards in front of me and everyone exclaims, God must favor you very much, my queen. It looks like we must leave, otherwise Her Majesty will take all our entire fortune. I guess it helps gambling when you have a time machine. Her Majesty is extraordinarily talented. She only learned to play today. You insisted I join the game, so you're not permitted to leave yet. It looks like Her Majesty has found the joy in playing cards. Of course, playing cards is very enjoyable and winning money even more so. Then let's keep playing. The Earl of Providence, who attempted to leave the hall, has to sit back down with a bitter face. As the deck is being shuffled, a Saint-Brian brings a copy of the latest Paris diary. It is time to read the newspaper. I suppose we should. The paper won't go running off unlike you. Gabriel winks at me maliciously, and the others start to condemn the Earl of Providence. Your Majesty is right. My lord, you mustn't desert. How could I? I simply want to read the paper. There has been a very interesting news as of late. The king sees through his brother's rules, but smiles to smooth things over. Then please choose a very interesting story for us. It will be my honor, Your Majesty. The Earl of Providence leaves the card table and will begin a new round of cards. I believe the Earl is afraid of angering his wife, and I wouldn't really send for his debts. You are kind, my queen, but it's rare for the Earl to contribute so much wealth to us. The debt should be sent for. His Majesty is right. We are to give the servants an extra reward for their hard work. Then the palace servants must give proper cents to the Earl of Providence. It was Her Majesty who won it for them, so they ought to thank her. Utterly audacious. The Earl of Providence stands up, gripping the newspaper, and he walks to the king and discuss something with him. What happened? And did you just make him angry? Of course not, my queen. Perhaps he saw an article that shocked him. An article that shocked him. Now, my queen, may I borrow your pencil, please? The queen interrupts my thoughts, and I give him my pencil, and he picks up a card at random and hastily scribbles something on it. The Earl of Providence takes the card from the king and seems he's planning to do something with it. This piques my curiosity further. Asked the king, Your Majesty, what do you write on the card? An order for an arrest, my dear queen. Don't concern yourself about it, and let's continue playing. Who are you arresting? A playwright. His name is Bill Marquillas. Perhaps my queen has heard of him. Bill Marquillas, the author of The Barber of Seville. That's him. From what I remember, he's an outstanding master of comedy. I called the Earl of Providence over as he's leaving, and I want to get to the bottom of the matter. What crime did he commit that would make His Majesty personally write an arrest warrant for him? Your Majesty, that treasonous about Marquillas openly offended His Majesty the King in the newspaper. Is it not the greatest of crimes? The days when you could get arrested for bad mouthing a politician. Well, I guess it still happens in certain countries. How did he offend the king? The crazy playwright has been complaining because his latest script was not approved by the censors. He blamed His Majesty the King for it. I will never understand the mind of a writer. I see. And you better get that arrest warrant delivered right away. Yes, Your Majesty. After the Earl of Providence leaves, we continue with our card game, but I can't get my mind off Bill Marquillas. Your Majesty, why was Bill Marquis's latest script rejected? Isn't he against the prayer, right? My king, what's your interest in this matter? Your Majesty, you know that I am fond of plays, and I have seen the Barber of Seville many times. And there's a unique charm to Bill Marquis's plays, and he's one of the most talented playwrights in the world today. And they make quite frequent the theater more than any other place. Well, the theater's like what you had before, like movies. The Barber of Seville was reintroduced to the theater on my Queen's fervent recommendation. Is it not a shame that such an outstanding playwright should be jailed? And why did he right to deserve such judgment? The Queen, Bill Marquis, is arrogant, and he says his latest play mocks the nobility. He may be talented, but that does not give him the right to challenge the authority of the nobility. I also heard that his latest play is full of vulgarities, and he still dares offend His Majesty the King. He wants to be a maverick, a play that only evokes laughter cannot be compared to elegant operas. Everyone seems to have complaints about Bill Marquis' new plays, but only the censors have actually read it. May I see the new script, Your Majesty? Does my queen really still think that there is need to read the script after hearing this complaint? This has piqued my curiosity even further, and what kind of story should have caused such controversy? In that case, I may have someone to bring the script so my queen may satiate her curiosity. Thank you, Your Majesty. Warm rays of sunlight fill the room, and a new day has dawned, but the beautiful morning has not awakened me. It has been less than 2 hours, and I close my eyes, and I'm not ready to leave my soft, cozy bed yet. Your Majesty is trying to rise. Oh dear, Madame de Now, I am so tired. You shouldn't have gone to bed so late last night, Your Majesty. I won't do it again, Madame, but the script was such a good read. Now please let me sleep a while longer. Your Majesty, His Majesty, the King is waiting your appraisal for the new script. Even if it's a new script, the new script is Bill Marquis' new script. Yes, Your Majesty. Awesome. What exciting news. My tiredness is quickly swept away, and the Shadow of the Now has already prepared my cleansing item, and I am ready to get ready as a way to go to the King's Library. Your Majesty, your clothes. I forgot to change out of my nightgown. Thank you, Madame, and you have saved me from embarrassment. It is my duty to look after you, Your Majesty. You should change into a suitable palace dress. It is unbecoming of a queen to be hanging around her pajamas. Why are your eyes bloodshot, my queen? Don't worry, Your Majesty. I read far into the night. It was morning before I realized it. I shouldn't have summoned you so early. It's fine, Your Majesty. I'm more interested in the new script right now. For now, my queen, I have it right with me. The king has me the long-awaited script, and I received it with a great excitement. The Marriage of Figaro, a familiar name. This is a sequel to The Barber of Seville. Good observation, my queen. It is, as you say, a sequel. I suppose we were reading The Barber of Seville last night. Yes, Your Majesty, and how wonderful it is to be able to read the sequel. My queen... my queen may be disappointed. Why? Have Your Majesty already read it? Yes, and I read it before you arrived. The censors were correcting the judgment, and I have decided to ban the public performance of this play. Ban is public performance, Your Majesty. I know that Bill Marquis is a playwright you admire greatly, but you must understand the nobility will not be insulted or mocked. I understand your concern, Your Majesty, but a play is merely a form of art, and we should not restrict the freedom of creativity. No, my queen, you still do not understand. Nobody has true freedom, not even us. Oh yeah, you're definitely right. To pardon out of mercy would only result in more people like Bill Marquis challenging the authority of the nobility and even the royal family. And well, we all know that ended in the decapitation of the king and queen. But before I can continue my attending this wedding, the king, Lafayette, and Blaisdell enter the room. It appears that the lordship have matters of state to discuss with the king. Blaisdell stopped me as I attempt to leave. You should stay, Your Majesty. Blaseo's key falls on the script in my hands, and I believe that they're about to come to talk about this. Perhaps I will give Bill Marquis a chance, and to what do I owe the pleasure of your visit? Since Bill Marquis was thrown in the Saint Lazare prison, the people's dissatisfaction grows louder with each passing day. It is getting out of control. In fact, the entire Parisian cultural community has expressed great dissatisfaction regarding this matter. Is the discussion that great? Yes, Your Majesty. The cultural community consists of many influential individuals, including the marquis, dearly revered by the people, and a matter like this no doubt caused an uproar. I had not anticipated this. And you didn't think that like a popular playwright would like cause people to riot for being yelled? It's as if like they send a random celebrity for like making something silly. Oh wait, they still do that in certain countries in like the modern times. But Marquis plays are influential among the people. If his writing is so cause of his imprisonment, then it would be harder for the theater enthusiasts to accept, not that I mention the philosophical literati. Her Majesty's right, the cultural community has always advocated freedom, and a reason for arresting the Marquis when I convinced them. While it is true that the Marquis was arrested for comments made in the newspaper article, some people have done worse. We cannot arrest them all, and that would only cause great unrest among the people. What do you suggest? I'm afraid that the Marquis' immediate release from prison is the only way to quell this unrest. I don't believe it is the right to release the Marquis, Your Majesty. The Marquis was arrested because he disrespected you, and that is a fact, not an accusation. If we let him off the hook, it would tarnish the royal family's prestige and make us a laughing stock. Well said, an attack on the prestige of the royal family will not be tolerated. But Marquis should have expected this when he chose to mock the nobility. It is clear that the reputation of the royal family comes first to the king, and he will not release the Marquis so easily. Perhaps you should consider the script and the author separately, Your Majesty. The Marquis may have behaved disrespectfully towards you, but his words are outstanding enough that they shouldn't be buried because of this. The king frowns, and he finds himself trapped in a dilemma. Let's continue pushing it. Not releasing the Marquis once in Your Majesty, but to ban his new play would suddenly infuriate the people further. Our kingdom is in a state of turmoil. The power of the people should not be underestimated. The king remained silent, pondering his action, and perhaps I had persuaded him. But the king is set on his ways, and he could not, in such a short space of time, fully understand the southern situation of the people. I need to think more about the Marquis' potential release, but I had decided the marriage of Figaro shall be banned. Your Majesty, that will be all for today. The king gives the new play to Lafayette and Blaise. You cannot judge the script until you read it. You might think differently after reading it. Lafayette wants to say something, but Blaise interrupts him by shaking his head. It appears the king has made up his mind, and further arguments will not do any good, and we have to let the matter rest for the time being. The king is right, we cannot judge something before reading it. And since the cause of the matter is the marriage of Figaro, perhaps the solution lies in the play itself. This is getting interesting. Please restrain your laughter, Your Majesty. It is unbecoming. I'm sorry, madame. But if you were reading this play, you would be laughing too. I put the marriage of Figaro into the now's hand, and seeing the now's frown face gives me a hint of anticipation. And with the serious, soft-different lady in waiting be able to resist a comedy like this, Your Majesty. The now shows a helpless expression and reluctantly accepts the script. And perhaps I shouldn't make things difficult for this dedicated lady in waiting. I'm sorry, madame. Perhaps this book is not suitable for you. Please invite some nobles over on my behalf so that they may appreciate the new play together. Yes, Your Majesty. The now somewhat reluctantly accepts the invitation Lisa had prepared. Is there a problem, madame? I'm sorry, Your Majesty. This is not something I should be interfering in, but is this play really worth inviting the nobility over for appreciation after all His Majesty the King has banned its performance? Madame, I understand your concern, but if you were to read the play yourself, you would not be of this opinion. This is not a work of pure comedy, it is a deeply moving story. And aside from the gaiety, the play expresses profound philosophical ideas which are rare and commendable for this day and age. I understand, Your Majesty, and I will send your invitations immediately and arrange a location for the meeting. Now please change into a suitable dress. Your attire today is different from your usual, Your Majesty. We are only here to appreciate a script. There's no need to dress extravagantly. To hell with you, madame, to hell with you. What is this? Oh, Suzanne, how noble, how beautiful, but how haughty. Enough, you wicked thing, be quiet. They are talking about the play, right? Looks like they're quite engrossed. And what do you think of this play, my dear Gabrielle? Me? Yes? You do think, do you? I invited everyone here to get your honest opinion of the play. The play is enjoyable, but it seems to have low opinion of the nobles. Low opinions is plain demonizing. As expected, there are many different opinions and clear divisions of views, but at least today's meeting proves that not all nobles oppose the play. This is indeed a great work. My thoughts are interrupted by the sudden words of praise is Lafayette, and he was the first to arrive but the last to finish reading the script. You are right, Your Majesty. Only by reading his story in entirely can one understand its excellence. Do you believe it should be banned, Lafayette? This outstanding work deserves an audience, but the nobility need to reserve their dignity too. I wonder if certain parts of the play should be removed. Removed? I don't think Bill Marquis would be willing. The parts of that the nobles want removed are precisely the idea which Bill Marquis wants to convey. If we don't make compromises, this play will never be performed. Lafayette is right. The conflict between these two parties have always existed, and compromises have to be made to see this matter resolved. And while Lafayette and I are pondering this dilemma, the nobles are acting out the play and becoming increasingly enthusiastic. I, the vapors, my love. Oh, that is not too polite a deceit for a servant to pretend to. Oh, suppose the words that my lord, can we mark Selina with the portion your lordship has promised us? I promise you a portion. Oh, and what a scoundrel you are. And why are you cursing me? I'm sorry, I got carried away and thought you were that wicked count. And stop staying straying from the text unless we continue this already. This is very interesting. It's always soon enough to own one's weakness, my lord. What? Would thou take a walk in this evening in the garden by the pavilion? Don't I take walks every evening, my lord? Nay, but let us understand each other. No pavilion, no marriage. And no marriage, no pavilion, my lord? And what a witty little devil. I wonder what she does to fascinate me so. But prithee tell me, why hast thou always till now refused such obfuscation, and this very morning thou knowest? Damn it, I can't understand it anymore, and this count must be reprimanded. All you're doing is interrupting us, and get out of here. Huh. I know you once behaved as shamelessly as a count. And my dear madame, could it be that you suffer from the vapors like Rosina? La Rosina means lady horse in Spanish. Are you mocking me? I shall say me like this is already inspiring conflict, Your Majesty. But it shows the idea in the drama spoken to them. No, this shows the actor with earnestness, not that they accepted the ideas expressed in the play. As nobles they don't believe that the count's messes around, they may have even done something similar themselves. Yes, this does happen. But the hostilities expressed in this play is too evident. The madame who expressed sympathy for the commoner has already come into conflict with another earl. And imagine if she were a real commoner, she would even be more indignant. This would lead to an even larger debate, which is unfavorable for us. The conflict between commoners and nobles has existed for a long time. This play did not create it. That is why we ought to avoid fanning the flames. Relations between commoners and nobles are already tense, and this play performance may take us past the tipping point. And then the guillotines. If there is conflict between commoners and nobility is as precarious as you say, should we not do something to alleviate it? Precarious, that is a rather heavy rhetoric, as their commoners are no threat to us. That's what they thought, and then the guillotine happened. We can live harmoniously with the commoners in France. If it is true, then a simple play will not disrupt this harmony. But I know you do not actually believe that, and we should resolve this conflict rather than prolonging it by banning a play. You may have a point, but there's a touch of mystery to Blaisdell's smile, and he approaches me slowly. One of the lessons history has taught us is not to underestimate the power of stories. A seemingly trivial event can turn out to be the root fuse that leads to great turmoil. History. If there really is a fuse, then it must be inevitable of history. Playing it safe means allowing yourself to be trapped by fate. Blaisdell seems to ponder my words as he falls silent, and the lively drama performance has also come to an end. Más cierras el porch. One by one, my guests had taken their leave, and the grand hall soon resembles a back at the theater, and the emptiness elicits a sense of loneliness. Only Lafayette remains, and at this point his thoughts should echo mine, that we must try once again for the sake of our great work and its author. Your Majesty, you seem flustered. Oh, you seem flustered, Your Majesty. I'm going to see His Majesty the King now. But you have only just finished attending the meeting, and you were up all night reading the script. You need to rest. I don't have time to rest right now, my dear madam. The Marquis de Lafayette is waiting for me, and we are going to implore the king to let the play be staged. Give your passions for this matter. It must be a very good play. Would you like to read it? No, Your Majesty. I still have much work to do. Dedicated as always. But I wish Madame had interest outside of work, Your Majesty. I understand I must get changed at once, and I cannot disturb the king if the hour is so late. It is about the Marquis again. Yes, Your Majesty, I have finished reading The Marriage of Figaro. And have you as well, Lafayette? Lafayette nods. I don't know, I didn't know you had an interest in dramas. Lafayette does not strike me as a drama enthusiast either. But you have read The Marriage of Figaro. Well, then again, you need to do something when you're like sailing from the Americas to France. I mean, that's like spending 8 months in a ship doing absolutely nothing. So I might as well pick up reading. Well, let me hear your opinion. From a purely political perspective, this play embodies a conflict between commoners and the nobility, Your Majesty. But I cannot deny that it's nevertheless a truly outstanding piece of work. Yes, Your Majesty, this new play has enticed me even more than The Barber of Seville. The play's outstanding themes are magnificent by the author's excellent grasp of language, and it will no doubt become a masterpiece. I knew my queen would feel this way about the new play, given her enthusiasm for the theater. However, I understand your concern, Your Majesty, but perhaps politics should not be a consideration in this matter. It is an outstanding play, and on that account, it should be performed. I invited many nobles to give their appraisals of the script, and none of them were against it, and in fact, they were rather enthusiastic. I was told the Queen hosted a gathering this morning, and we do think alike. Did Your Majesty hold a gathering of the same kind? No, I sent the script to some nobles for reading. Do they? Most of them feel it's offensive. Setting aside the political factors, I believe that the unethical behavior in the play will have a negative influence on the people. But the author did not create this out of thin air. Unethical behavior has always existed in society. The play simply describes something that already exists. I completely understand your enthusiasm for the play, my queen. And I don't mean to upset you, but I must consider the feeling of the majority. And that's how we got the guillotine. Yeah, but the majority are commoners, so. Therefore, the ban on display being publicly performed will remain. The Queenstone leaves no room for dissuasion, and Lafayette and I look at each other as Blythe enters. Please forgive my interruption, Your Majesty, but I must report the current situation at once. The debate surrounding the arrest of Belmarquis has intensified, and the calls for his release are growing. Blythe pauses, and his face is stern and serious. Just before that, a small group marched in protest of Belmarquis' imprisonment. Is their reaction really that intense? I understand how your feelings, Your Majesty, and you are the rightful king of this country, and your subjects could never understand your thinking and consideration, and a demonstration of this type will not solve the problem. My queen is right, but this is precisely what has happened. And have they forgotten I am their monarch and the rightful king of France? I convinced the demonstrators to go home by telling them that they were still discussing this, but it's only a short-term solution. So I must ask your advice. Although the king has not expressed his anger, he will not let the matter rest. If we want to avoid further demonstration, we must give the people a reason they will accept, regardless of whether the Marquis is released. They will not fully understand your considerations otherwise. You are the king and ruler, Your Majesty, and it's natural you do not share their views, and which is why an explanation may suggest their discontent. The king's expression remains neutral and he remains silent. And I'm forgetting something. And why was Marquis arrested? Marquis was arrested for offending the king. But what exactly did he say in the Paris Daily? Her Majesty doesn't know. Marquis debated others in the Paris Daily. The debate was originally about his works. Several days ago, however, Marquis wrote that he had once captured a lion and a tiger. A lion and a tiger, and was he referring to specific people? Do you remember the Barber of Seville was originally a band play? I remember His Majesty and I lifted the ban. But Marquis may have used your benevolent action as a way to boast. Ah, I understand now. You believe Marquis was referring to the king and I when he mentioned the lion and the tiger. Yes, Your Majesty. Ha 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 ha. What's so funny, my queen? The king misunderstands my laughter while Lafayette and Blaster look on in confusion. I'm sorry, Your Majesty. I think you made a mountain out of a molehill, and I don't find it offensive in the least. But he has compared us to animals. But the animals he compared us to are ferocious kings of the beasts. Anyway, it isn't explicit that he's making the metaphor about us, and it could be too entirely. And we will never convince the people of our reasoning if the Marquis was arrested due to this speculation alone. Well, this was a debate between an author and his critics, Your Majesty, and we only became involved because the debate was published in the newspaper. Her Majesty has a point. The king has started to change his mind, and I convinced the ministers will continue convincing His Majesty. As the Queen says, we do not have definite proof that he even caused an offense, and we might have misled by the debate, and it's therefore not something His Majesty should be troubled himself over. To arrest a famous playwright due to some ambiguous remarks would only serve to show the royal family as controlling and overbearing. His Majesty has always been kind to the people, my dear Marquis, and I'm sure we've been taken advantage of. Instigated political opinion can be very powerful. Even Marquis' enemies must be wondering why public opinion is siding with him. You should show your generosity, Your Majesty, and just like the royal family always has, and they let people be moved to tears. Blasio has far more persuasive effect on the king. In that case, I will do nothing more to anger the people, and have Marquis released from prison immediately. Blasio leaves at once to deliver the king's order, and Lafayette and I remain behind. And there's still one important matter to the left to discuss. After sundown, the king invites Lafayette and me to dinner. I have already ordered Marquis release, my queens. Why do you seem displeased? Is the dinner not to your liking? No, no, your majesty, this dinner is splendid. It is just, the marquis has been released, but his play may still not be performed. My queen is obsessed with this play. I don't intend to hide it either, your majesty, and I think it's a pity that such an outstanding play cannot be publicly performed. And since you already released the marquis, why not? The king holds up his hand to start Lafayette. It is going to be difficult to change the king's mind now. But what happens next is something neither of us expect, your majesty. Blazer was supposed to deliver the king's order, but he's back too quickly. I had a bad feeling about this. Please forgive my impertinence, your majesty. And what happened, Blaisdell? I went to Saint Laurent's prison to deliver the king's order, but the marquis refused to leave the prison. What? Why? He's not willing to be released in secret. He wants a proper appeal. He wants an appeal? He's pushing his luck. He can rot in prison for all I care. Your Majesty, please don't rush into a decision. We should discuss how best to handle this. What's there to discuss? He chose not to leave prison. The Marquis does not know how to appreciate kindness, Your Majesty, and I would normally agree that he's not worth saving. But we cannot ignore his public opinion. And getting public opinion on our side is absolutely crucial. The information the public has is not comprehensive. They cannot see the matter entirely. The Marquis may be ludicrous, but we must consider the overall situation. This matter must be dealt with appropriately. They are right. This matter must be handled properly, whether publicly or privately. The Marquis' behavior is frustrating, but Your Majesty is also justifiable. He is unwilling because he believes he was wrong, which means he did not intend to offend you. Then why is he not satisfied? I have already ordered his release. Does he also want an apology as well? The king's anger is gradually subsiding, and we need to think of a way to resolve this peacefully. Perhaps the Marquis is being stubborn because he feels that he has been unjustly punished, Your Majesty, and we should try speaking to him. And we'll waste our time with such a person. We can clear up any misunderstandings by communicating, Your Majesty. If Your Majesty trusts me, please allow me to visit the Marquis. Do you really want to do that, my queen, and pay a personal visit to a filthy prison for the sake of a farcical drama? This is not about my love of drama, Your Majesty. Maintaining this country's stability is of great importance. The king remained silent for a while, and when he speaks again, he approves my proposal. All right, my queen, you are even more brave than I thought. You approve my visit to the Marquis? Of course. Thank you, Your Majesty. I shall now go visit the filthy prison. You're up early, Your Majesty. I'm going out earlier than usual, madame. You haven't been getting enough sleep, Your Majesty. Please be mindful of your health. I will, please don't worry. And please get me changed, madame. I need to leave soon to a filthy prison. I figured you were going to Saint Lazare prison to visit the Marquis, Your Majesty, so I prepared the carriage in advance. Thank you. And are you coming with me? Yes, Your Majesty. It is my duty to serve you whether the matter is public or private. Thank you. Your company gives me added peace of mind. This is in the direction of the prison. Yes, Your Majesty. We're going to the tavern first. A tavern. Yes. Dion will be there. And yesterday the king told us to get Dion's help. Does Dion have relations with the Marquis? You have to ask Dion. He's difficult to decipher. And Dion is a mystery, and I'm looking forward to meeting him. And a mysterious and intriguing night, and I wonder what surprises he has in store. Gathered around the many taverns, various groups of people are having lively discussions. I'm sorry, Your Majesty, the people here are quite amazed, and I shouldn't have made you come along. Perhaps don't be angry. It is a little messy, but I find it quite interesting. Perhaps we can hear the people's opinion. Have you heard the king doesn't plan on releasing the Marquis? The pedantic king, and do you really think he cares about us and what we think? I don't get it. How can a king be so out of touch? And will never understand what goes on inside those ridiculous noble heads. And we are to organize more marches, and he can ignore us all. There's no time to waste. We must resolve this matter before the people are angered with the nobility deepens. This would also cause great harm to His Majesty's prestige, as Lafayette and I express a concern Dion appears next to us. How lucky am I today, meeting the little bird of her size and the great eagle. Lafayette bites his lip at Dion's rudeness. Oh, look at his gloomy face. The Marquis is not being cute at all. Oh, don't tease him, Dion. And I much prefer the sound of the little bird's voice, but what are the two of you doing in a place like this? We need your help, and and Lafayette needed a drink. Help, you and the Marquis de Lafayette. I'm surprised, and let us take a seat. Leon takes us to his exclusive table number 5 in the center of the main hall. And why do you like sitting here? It is a noisy spot. My dear Queen, do you not remember what my job is? Information. That's right, I can obtain the latest information in the shortest time at this table. That makes sense. Let me guess, my queen has someone come to ask for information about someone. Shall we start with a prize? Lafayette tries to say something, but is interrupted by Dion. Oh, the great eagle really is bothersome. We are here on a matter of great importance, Dion, and you must know what's happened to the Marquis. Of course, the whole town is talking about it. It has made quite a stir. The king has already agreed to release him, but the Marquis doesn't want to leave prison. And I understand you're acquainted with him. Perhaps you can help us persuade him to leave. If he refuses to be reasonable, then let him stay there for the rest of his life. And why do you want him released? I certainly don't want to see him. I thought you were friends, are you not? Ah, nice little bird. Who told you this? Well, when I was detained in England, he negotiated my release, which allowed me to return to France. However, while working with him, Dion shakes his fan for emphasis and lightly shakes his head. It is not worth mentioning. That arrogant man is getting what he deserves, being in prison. So we are no longer on good terms. And I know this might be difficult for you, Dion, but this matter affects the reputation of the royal family. You must have heard what the people are saying about the king. Releasing the Marquis is not only for his sake. We don't know the Marquis personally, and only you do, Dion. And I don't know what happened between you, but you know him better than we do. Your Majesty, Lord Marquis, your seriousness fills me with grief. All right. For the sake of our noble royal family and the lovely little bird, I will speak with that bastard. Thank you, Dion. And I have one request, though. I want to have a chat with him before you and the Marquis join us. I can tell from the inside that he's planning to do something bad, but I trust that he's absolutely loyal to the royal family. As long as we resolve this matter, I cannot guarantee that. However, if you give me an invite to the banquet at the palace, I can guarantee I'll do my best. Dion. The great eagle is about to show his claws again, and I better go, and I got other stuff to do today. Shall we meet tomorrow at the gate of the St. Lazare prison, my queen? Of course. Then it's decided, and it will be even better if the Marquis de Lafayette does not join us. Dion. Until tomorrow, Your Majesty. We are visiting the Marquis today. The Marquis de Lafayette is waiting for you in the palace, please. Oh, wait. I think I read that one. Let's see. Oh, no. Did I skip? No, it was, no. It was the 6 now. The Marquis is waiting for you in the palace, gate she. I'll be ready in a minute. Please help me prepare my suitable clothing. Yes, Your Majesty. Yeah, that was definitely the right one, yeah. Because it started at the same as chapter 5. Let me just focus. Apologies for the wait, Lafayette, and it's the duty of the gentleman to wait on ladies, and you need not apologize, Your Majesty. Let us make haste, and we're a little behind schedule, and I quickly walked to the door. There's no need to hurry, Your Majesty. His manner of speaking reminds me of a certain serious madame who detests that I am not elegant and dignified at mouth. I sometimes wonder if you and Madame Denard are related by blood, Lord Marquis. You are the same, rigid and old-fashioned. Your Majesty. I guess, no need to get serious, let's go. Yes. I never been to Saint Lazare prison. Is it different from the Bastille? The Bastille only has political criminals, Your Majesty, but the Saint Lazare prison, that's where we send thieves and rapists, and there are even more the violent sort of prisoners. Then why is the Marquis locked up in there? Is he not a political prisoner, is he not? No one would want to share a cell with that kind of criminal, to be true. And it's any wonder he wants an appeal. Yes, I understand. Lafayette, I'm surprised you are so distraught over the Marquis predicament. And have you crossed paths before? Yes, Your Majesty. During the war in the Americas, the Marquis provided crucial supplies at a critical time. That's why you pleaded so strenuously for leniency. You nearly offended His Majesty. Pleading for leniency was in line with the public opinion, thus whether in private or public, I should do my utmost to assist him. If you already knew him, why didn't you ask for Diane's help? No, Your Majesty, and I'm very well acquainted with Bill Marquis, and I'm very grateful for his assistance during the war, but we had no other contact. But my queen, Lafayette's expression suddenly showed hesitation, and perhaps he wants to us is out of line. Marquis de Lafayette, and I thought we were at least friends. You may freely express your misgivings. I did trouble Your Majesty, but Marquis has never expressed. He might be harboring contempt for you and the king, and his place is filled with resentment towards the nobility. Why are you exerting so much effort on his behalf? Is that all? It is quite simple, really. Bill Marquis is a playwright, and what do you think a playwright's job should be? Write plays? That's right, his job is to write excellent dramas. No matter what kind of stories or emotion Bill Marquis wants to express in his script, that is his freedom. If we were to interfere with people's creative freedoms, we would not have great art. You have a unique perspective, Your Majesty. I believe that people share this view, and so believing the Marquis is not being treated fairly. And besides, most playwrights are individualistic people. Perhaps that's why they have all these peculiar ideas. Maybe we shouldn't interfere with creative pursuit, but if we were to publicly denounce you and the king, could you ignore it? As I said, this is mere speculation. There is no substantial evidence. And even if it's true, so what? Lafayette lifts his head and looks at me in surprise. What is the current relation between the nobility and the common people, Lafayette? Increasingly hostile. Yes, and many of the common folk are harboring contempt towards the royal family. Punishing them won't give us the respect we want. It would only fan their fears and cause them even more indignation. Lafayette stares at me in silence, and he doesn't speak again until we near our destination. Your attitude shocks me, Your Majesty. No real person has offended the common people like you. My respect has grown for you, Your Majesty. You truly deserve to be the Queen of France. Lafayette gazes at me earnestly, and I can feel sincerity in his praise. This shouldn't be a special view, and I hope the royal family and the public can live in harmony again, and peace is precious. We arrive at Saint Lazare prison to rendezvous with Dion. Dion's dramatic voice rings out, and it seems he has been waiting for a long time. My adorable little bird, you are very late, and looks like this guardian knight of yours isn't very reliable. Dion squints at Lafayette as he talks, making Lafayette frown. Dion. It's my fault. I got up late and I missed the appointment time. This is my mistake, and why don't we focus on the task at hand? Etienne and Lafayette start quarreling. Lafayette will definitely lose his temper, and I will never blame you, Your Majesty, since you care so much for the Marquise. I will not let you down. In accordance with our agreement, Dion will first meet the Marquise alone, and Lafayette will wait. But after Dion leaves, Lafayette takes me to a small room. What is this place? Please keep your voice down, Your Majesty. Listen. Dion. Yes, it is I. The Marquis is just next door. That's right. In the secret room, we can listen in to the conversation. The prison has many such rooms. Amazing. But to eavesdrop like this, Your Majesty, we asked Dion for his assistance and she shouldn't keep any secrets from us. Perhaps after we understand the crux of the matter, we can help and negotiate with the Marquis together. You're right. Then let's listen. This has taken an interesting turn. Is this the great writer admired by thousands of people? An old friend has come to see you. Are you not planning to leave that full of peculiar ideas ahead of yours? Huh. But Marquis forces his eyes open and looks at Dion contemptuously before rolling his eyes and turning his back on him. If you finish talking, hurry up and leave. We are both elegant men of letters, and how could you spout such vulgar words? After all, back then, you and I. Dion suddenly giggles as he turns his face away, as if embarrassed, which further provokes the Marquis, and he finally turns around. Haha, your wide open eyes is just like when you proposed. Shut up, you shameless fool. You proposed to me, wouldn't that make you even more shameless? Do not bring that up. It is the greatest disgrace of my life. And if I could do it all over, I would make sure that the loyal family lapdog died in London. A pity none of that is possible. Instead, you brought this royal lapdog back at the king's command, making you nothing more than a dog sitter. And we really are a perfect match. And the more Dion talks, the more excited he becomes, and he starts swelling on the spot, and his laughter is unrestrained. But Marquis covers his ear in annoyance, loudly demanding him to stop talking. Stop it. I don't want to hear these vulgar noises of yours. And your high heel, gosh, you bastard, and have you no shame? Dion finally stops laughing, and he still wears a mocking face, and he approaches the Marquis slowly. What are you doing? Let me take a closer look, my dearest Bear Marquis. What's happened to you these past few years? You become even uglier. Bear Marquis pants the table as he stands up, seeing that he has gone too far. Dion backs away. Don't be ridiculous. You can't treat the only person who visits you so boorishly. I don't need anyone with a face full of powder visiting me. Look at yourself. The white powder on your face is cracking, and no matter how pretty your lip rouge is, it can hide your thick lips. I pity you. Men look upon you with shame, and women definitely cannot tolerate you. Ha! Such a shallow man, and I have already earned the respect of the supreme lady of the country. You, on the other hand, can only fool around with rich old widows to gain rank and riches. How undignified widower! You scoundrel, and why have you come? Why do you insist on foolishly staying here? Do you not understand how imprisonment works? We're not allowed to leave when we want. The king released you. You are the only person who can leave whenever they want. If not for you, I would never have come to such a horrible place. Oh, I understand now. You're here as the royal family's lapdog. Stop trying to provoke me, or I'll knock you unconscious and drag you out of here myself. You wouldn't dare. I no longer have the patience to spar with you, Marquis. And why would you not leave? They had no reason to arrest me in the first place, and now they want to release me in secret. Ridiculous. They're only doing this because they're afraid of public perception. I am not a criminal, and I will not leave this prison under vague circumstances. I insist on proving my innocence. You're being difficult. You won't budge on this then. Why would I budge? They wronged me. I should be allowed to seek justice. Oh, but my kids don't pretend to be completely innocent. You never said it aloud, but we both know. You have never respected the royal family. Say what you like, and they have no concrete evidence. Monarchs cannot pry into the hearts of others. It is unacceptable to arrest someone based on assumptions alone. They even ban my play. The citizens of France don't even have the right to cultural freedom. Don't you find that ridiculous? I admire your moral backbone. But I have some advice for you. It wasn't easy for the king to release you. And if you continue to provoke the king's anger, you will never leave this place regardless of the public opinion. Do you really think you can endure a lifetime of filth and suffering? True suffering would be compromising my principles. Stop attempting to persuade me. This is about my dignity, and I will not leave until I get a verdict of innocence from a court of law. Lafayette and I listened to the entire conversation. The Marquis and their relationship is amusing, but they're not in good terms. And I think Dio has exhausted all of his patience. Your Majesty, Marquis de Lafayette, why have you come here? Don't tell me. Yes, in the intelligence service enables Dio to quickly grasp the situation. He doesn't say a word, he merely looks at us. My apologies, I didn't mean to interrupt, but Sir Marquis, may I speak with you for a while? Apologies, Your Majesty, but we have nothing to talk about. The solo visit and a sudden entrance made our purpose clear to the Marquis. He bows deeply but refuses to talk. Sir, Her Majesty the Queen has come to see you personally in the hope of lending you aid, and please be at ease. He is an irascible hedgehog, and why don't we? Dion. Fine, fine, as you wish. I don't blame the Marquis' attitude. At least I know what's going on in his mind. Sir, I know I'm being in such a place is a great insult to you, and I completely understand how you feel. Truth be told, I read your latest play, The Marriage of Figaro, and I must apologize for banning of such an excellent play. And if this is indeed is our fault. But sir, aren't you prejudiced against the king? You are trying to protect your dignity, but the king is just doing the same, even so he's thinking of giving in. Why can't we compromise? I thank you for your understanding, Your Majesty, but what kind of compromise could we come to? Will you allow the performance of my play? That is exactly what I intend. If your play is performed, will you heed our advice and leave this place? The king does not wish to bring this matter to court, but if the band play is performed, wouldn't that prove the playwright's innocence? That is a reasonable compromise, sir, and I hope you will seriously consider it. It wouldn't be benefit either party if news of this matter were to be known public. Could you really allow my performance of my play, Your Majesty? I can only promise to spare no effort to see it done. The Marquis remained silent for a long while before finally facing me. I will agree to your compromise when you fulfill your promise, Your Majesty. Today's mission has reached a satisfactory conclusion, my adorable little bird. But I do not mean to rain on your parade. We still face a rather tricky problem. Are you referring to the performance of the play? Yes, we need to discuss this, and it would not be easy to convince His Majesty to agree to this. As settled into a silent rumination, Dion suddenly exclaims, "My dress is stained." Dion, the dress is too flamboyant to keep clean in regular situations. Oh, my dear queen, please don't say you've never seen a dress like this. If you think my dress is flamboyant, then the dresses at the opera house will really surprise you. Dresses at the opera house. As I look at Dion's dress, I come up with a plan. Your intense gaze is making my hair stand on end, little bird. I come up with an excellent idea. The marriage of Figaro will grace the stage. The dresses are gorgeous. The color palette is daring yet charming. Unbelievable to think I had never come to an opera house before. I simply love this play. I want to try them all on. Your Majesty, must I do this? Please don't say no, Marquis. It suits you. Ha! But I don't know how to. No one here has done this before. Everyone is on the same boat. Don't worry, no one will make fun of you. Lafayette sighs faintly and grumbling, yet excited voice rings out from the other side. You naughty little bird, I didn't expect you to assign me this role. Oh, cute fox, I know you're excited, don't deny it. And look at the dress you have meticulously chosen for yourself. I am well pleased. But I really hate this ugly, despicable Marcelina. I'm sorry, Dion, but look at Gabriela, so elegant. And do you have the heart to make her act the role of villainess who steals somebody's fiancé? Your Majesty, actually I too. Ah, my dearest friend, you will become Madame Rosina. You should go and talk to Count Almaviva. This is a so, Your Majesty. Are we really going to rehearse the marriage of Figaro? Of course, simple attempts at persuasion would only provoke His Majesty. We need to bring it on stage and allow His Majesty to experience its charm. But this play cannot be openly rehearsed, so it's up to us to act as substitutes. This is an ingenious idea, my queen, but I must protest. I don't see the need to make such a sacrifice for the Marquis' sake. Perhaps it is unfair to you, Dion. How about you play the heroine, Susanna? Are you serious? Of course, like Gabrielle, you should go be with your husband. I know. I mean your fiancé, Figaro, and have a good talk. Ah, no, 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 no. This is even more absurd. Speaking of Figaro, why do you cast Ferne? This is so unfair. Why is it unfair? Is there anyone else more suited than I am to play this lively and tender, sharp-witted man? Ferne approaches and drawn by Dion's word, and he looks at Dion with annoyance and shaking his head repeatedly. Well, I am glad that you invited me to help, my dear queen. I do not want this kind of Susanna to be my fiancé. I also have no desire to have a smooth-talking romantic like you be on my other half. But in the moment, you'll be the thick-skinned one proposing to me by a fair means or foul. God, I am going to turn into an idiot like Lafayette. He's way more distressed than you are right now, and after all, he has become the disdainful Count Almaviva. And I have great expectations for a gallant and noble Marquis, and I look forward to seeing how he will portray a shameless and obscene person. The Marquis de Lafayette is too serious, and he needs to break out of his shell. My dearest friend, there's no time to lose, and we should make the most of this rehearsal, and let's do a head count. Count Amira, Countess Rosina, Figaro the Barber, and Marcelina the maidservant. Ah, Your Majesty, as a wise and heroic Susanna, our cast is complete. Ah, speaking of which, I am a little nervous. Ah, Your Majesty, all of us are here with you. Thank you, everyone. Let's all change into our respected costume, and it will help us get into character. So charming, Susanna, have I found thee at last? But thou seemst frightened by my little beauty. Consider, my lord, if anybody should come here and catch you here. That would be rather mal approach, but there's no great danger. But when Basil has spoken to thee on my behalf. Whoa, stop. Please forgive my interruption, Your Majesty. Lafayette, are you reciting a book? You're supposed to be someone who has his heart set on Susanna, so you need to act more crassly. But your shy expression makes it seem as if Susanna is forcing herself on you instead. Whoso laughed right out from off stage, and the brave and wise Marquis de Lafayette stands bashful on the stage, completely at a loss. Ferne, Lafayette is just nervous, and why don't you demonstrate once again? Certainly. Ferne calmly walks onto the stage and performs the previous scene. 19 feet wide, 26 feet long. Hey Figaro, look at my little boat hat, and what do you think? Fender takes my hand. Nothing could be better, my beloved, and these flowers that symbolize chastity are worn highly on the beautiful lady's head, and they look so sweet in the eyes of the husband on the wedding morning. Dion boos from offstage, and he can't help but criticize Ferne. Boo, stop this. You have been playing this scene many times, and you want to offend the queen. And that slimy expression of yours is unbearable to look at. Might I remind you, Marcelina, that you'll be slimmer when you force me into marriage later. Then I will remind you of another aspect of Marcelina and Figaro's relationship. My dear son, no matter what, you have to respect me. Ha ha. Your characters are supposed to have a close bond. Please stop picking on each other. And we should find a way to allow everyone to let go of themselves. Perhaps we can find a play with an ensemble cast in which everyone is on stage so that no one will make fun of anyone. Yes, and we need to work together and show tolerance towards each other. Everyone present is already familiar with the script, and what we need to do now is familiarize ourselves with the roles. Let us rehearse the core scene from the third act, and you will announce the start of the trial, Lafayette, and you will be fine, trust me. Everyone is striving towards the same purpose, and this will surely become an unforgettable and beautiful memory. Lafayette remained silent for a moment before nodding slightly, and I know my encouragement has restored his confidence. Double fist and read the case summary. Marceline de Verde Allure, adored lady, is suing Figaro. My lord, this dishonest young man is the one I am suing. Pardon my interruption. Is this a secretary known as Double Fist? Yes. He is called Double Fist because he swingles both parties. After swingling the plaintiff, he swingles the defendant. Swingle, he is swallowing whole, hump. And I have seen him charging some sort of transcript fee or supplementary transaction fee, and it has become his usual practice to charge for everything. Read on. Silence, gentlemen. Lafayette, as a judge, makes different animal sounds for each character, and everyone bursts out in laughter. Please don't laugh. I have become one with my character. Although my lines are limited, I want to make sure I perform them exquisitely. Yes, the count's performance is masterly, and let's continue. The rehearsals proceed with several interruptions, but everyone is starting to understand each other more. Oh, am I deceiving me? Goodness, it's the madame. Was that you, Comtesse? I can only plead for your generosity and forgiveness. If you were in my shoes, you would never say no, never. This is my third time today agreeing with you unconditionally. I'm sorry, I made another mistake. And according to the test, Gabrielle was supposed to stand up, but she stumbled instead. It's alright, Gabrielle, you're doing fine. Our rehearsal is getting smoother. Indeed, even the serious Marquise de Lafayette can change his expression at times. Though there are some rough edges, it's definitely praiseworthy. This play is quite charming. The twisting plot surprises again and again, without realizing everyone is already immersed in the story. Yes, Your Majesty, after acting as Rosina, I can feel like I can understand her feelings now. This is the result I wanted. I think we're getting close to success. 3 days later. This is simply incredible. We managed to finish rehearsing the play in a very short time. Yes, though we are not as good as professional opera actors, we are good enough to fully showcase the whole play. This is all thanks to our little bird, and she's a good leader. This is the result of everyone's hard work. Phew. Someone blows out a long breath. Haha, take a look at our Marquis de Lafayette. He seems so relieved we ought to applaud him. It's time to invite His Majesty the King. Am I willing to bet His Majesty will be astonished? Why have you come today, my queen? I have been feeling rather bored lately, Your Majesty, and there are no new plays at the theater, so I took the liberty of inviting everyone to rehearse a new play with me. Oh, a rehearsal done by you. That sounds interesting. Who participated? Me, the Marquis de Lafayette, Fernand Diaz. Oh, now I'm curious about this new play. I had come to invite you to watch us at the opera, Your Majesty. You have been very busy with political affairs for several days. Trying to relax a little. I am delighted that you invited me, my dearest queen, and I will invite a few ministers to accompany and watch your play. My queen, why are your garments? This is my costume, Your Majesty. Very well. Though it looks plain, it cannot obscure your beauty. Your Majesty seems a little displeased. Now, as France and most noble queen, no garment can hide your brilliance. Your Majesty is never short of praises for the queen. Naturally, but I'm rather curious as to what kind of play the queen has prepared. Blaster eyes twinkle mysteriously, and this makes me feel unexpectedly guilty. His Majesty is in a good mood today, and he has brought many officials with him, but I cannot imagine what kind of conclusion will he come to after understanding my intention. There are many noble lords supporting us today, and I must thank you, Your Majesty. Everyone deserves a break. And I did not expect Lafayette to agree to star in a play, though. To tell the truth, Your Majesty, I didn't expect it either. Just you wait and see, Your Majesty. Our Marquis Lafayette is a natural talent. That is inconceivable. I think you should all refrain from teasing the Marquis. He might exercise the rights of the judge off stage and hand down sentences. So the Marquis is playing the judge, and that is similar to my own position. Not the kind of judge you have in mind. Your image of the Lafayette might be shattered once the performance is over. Hearing you say that, I am looking even more forward to the play than ever more. I am most looking forward to seeing the Marquis on stage, which in himself is definitely a historic moment. Let us not put too much pressure on Lafayette, but you are not yet told us the title of the play, my queen. Allow me to surprise you, Your Majesty. The queen is being very intriguing today. Let's start right away then. Yes, Your Majesty. Act 1. 19 feet wide, 24 feet long. Hey, look at my little hat. What do you think? Nothing could be better, my beloved, and these flowers that symbolize chastity are highly beautiful on a lady's head. They look so sweet in the eyes of the husband on the wedding morning. And what are you measuring, my dear? My dear, I am trying to ascertain whether the beautiful bed that our Lord gifted us can be placed here. It's this house. It is something he rewarded us with. I will not accept it. Why? In between transitions, I glance at the audience. The other provinces to be whispering something in the king's ear. To ensure our performance proceeds smoothly in the beginning at least, and modify the lines so the characters' names wouldn't be heard. But it seems some people are already noticing something familiar. Your Majesty, do you recognize this line? Hush, keep watching. Act 2. Later, when he saw me holding the ribbon that you used to tie your hair at night, he stepped forward and asked, "For my ribbon, how childish." I wanted to take it back, and he's like a lion with eyes glowing. What happened after that? What happened after that, madam, is that there even be an end with that little devil. And one moment he speaks of his godmother, and the next he says he misses her because he didn't even have the metal to kiss madame's robe, so he tries to kiss me instead. Let's not talk about these silly things later. Later, when my husband arrives, dear Suzanne, he will talk with you. If I refuse to obey him, he will protect Marceline. Rosina stands up furiously and fanning herself with a fan as she speaks. He does not love me anymore. The Duchess of Paulina's performance is truly fantastic, and she looks as if she really has betrayed by her husband. Indeed, even she used her props to great effect, and the furious fanning reflected her current feelings. But my queen is the best performer, and the quick wit of her will always attract other people's eyes. Of course. Act 3. His mother. Please explain. This is your father. I'm in pain. Doesn't your instinct often tell you that he's your father? Never. Then the matter is clear. He cannot marry her. The preposterous hindrance to my plan. And where is your noble background, your official residence? You cheated the court. Court for this damn 100 silver coins. I nearly had to kill this gentleman who turned out to be my father. And after that, the court also forced me to do an unthinkable act. But since the heavens have preserved my reputation, I have been saved from these dangers. My father, please forgive me, and you, my mother, please hug me and hug me with all the love a mother has. Marcelina rushes to Figaro and hugs him tightly. Oh my God, they are mother and son, Dion and Ferne. The mother and son are Marcelina and Figaro, Your Majesty. What an ingenious plot twist, simply astounding. Look, Your Majesty, they are already happily visiting the new in-laws. To think just a few moments ago they were arguing in court over marriage. With this, another obstacle has been removed from Figaro and Susanna's marriage. The only one that's left is a shameless count. Oh, I am starting to hate Lafayette. He is such a nuisance. Act 4. I should give her an answer. I should be given to whoever it belongs to. Another marriage fee. Of the three, this one has the hardest ones to come by. And just like our marriage, And when I was poor, people looked down on me, and when I showed a little talent, they hated me. Now I have a beautiful wife and all these properties. Everyone's heart will open up to you. Is that possible? I understand the weight of the world. Not counting my wife and my properties, every one of you make me feel honored and joyful. Figaro bows to the audience and cheerful music plays and the stage curtains falls. The actors return to the stage, everyone bows in uniform, awaiting for the king's judgment. And as the seconds turn into minutes, I who had high hopes feel my heart sinking deeper and deeper until is that His Majesty. Ladies and gentlemen, I have to admit that this is indeed a wonderful play. Though Lafayette sometimes forgot to drop his seriousness and the unfairness and brain was uncomfortable to watch. I should also apologize to everyone on the Queen's behalf, and I assume this was her wicked idea. Your Majesty. But I have felt your hard work and sincerity so much so that I am deeply immersed in this story to my own surprise. Is it true, Your Majesty? Oh, I am greatly moved, and my sacrifice was not in vain. And I think you achieved your goal, and every one of you has spent so much effort rehearsing such a wonderful play, and I, of course, cannot betray your hopes. Your Majesty, I will issue an order to immediately lift the ban on the marriage of Figaro. Wonderful. Everyone cheers thanking the king for his wisdom, and this battle without smoke is finally coming to an end. Alright, and then the last one. Ben Marquis, come out. Why are you back already? I'm here to drag you out. You're the cause of all of this trouble, you irritating fool. You shameless scoundrel. Your boorish voice is irritating. I am going to make sure you can't speak anymore. You demon, God will punish you. I hear that almost every day, and do you think it frightens me? Oh, damn you, and I want to see the Queen. You can't do this to me. Dion, is that the Queen? Please stop this violent demon. Apologies, sir, but he's just jesting. I was only trying to scare him, and why did the great eagle bring the little bird today? Have you not explained the situation, Dion? Look at how serious the great eagle is. Hey, he's so vulgar yesterday. Lafayette did his best yesterday, so stop teasing him. My dear Queen, you wounded me. Didn't I do my best? I made the biggest sacrifice. This is Bill Marquis' fault, and why did he come out with such a ridiculous character? I feel as if I'm being insulted, but I do not know why or how. Look how ungrateful he is and what a waste of effort. Allow me to explain, sir. We came bearing good news. His Majesty has agreed to lift the ban on your play. Is this true? It is. The theater has already begun rehearsing the marriage of Figaro. A shocking piece of news, truth be told, I dare not believe it. Even more shocking, the Queen personally summoned many of the noble friends to perform your play and to win the King's favor. Your Majesty did, and did the King not punish you for it? You can put your mind at ease. His Majesty is a reasonable king. Indeed. The Queen was enraptured during the entire performance, and he has entirely immersed and was moved in no small measure. And it must be said that everyone present, including the actors, were astounded by your talent. I do not know how to express my gratitude, Your Majesty, and to my friends too. There's no need. No. He does need to thank us, me especially. And I have you know, Marquis, that I performed as that damn Marcelina. Marquis is clearly shocked, and he stares at Dion in disbelief and remains speechless for a while. She indeed fits you. And I must compliment the person responsible for casting, and they have a great taste. Actually, Dion always gives his best during a performance. Then I should really thank him, and maybe one day I will write some of his misdeeds into a book. Let the whole world feel the preposterousness. Oh, shush, I would rather not receive this kind of gratitude. I think we can discuss that at a later time. Other than informing you of the ban list, there's another matter we need to address today. You mean leaving the prison? Gosh, why do you still hesitate? And have you not given up on making an appeal, and the king has already made the concession? His Majesty has made a great compromise, and I think you should also step back and let the matter resolved. You misunderstand, Lord Marquis. The Queen has fulfilled her part of the agreement, and I, of course, will honor mine. You agree to leave the prison? Yes, Your Majesty. The Marquis leaves the prison the same day, and the process had been going on for days gradually stopped. Hello, Your Majesty, and why have you come at a time like this? I assume my queen has finished her dinner, and I thought we could head out and relax together. Your Majesty seems to lately enjoy leaving Versailles. I often tell Madame Denai that a person needs entertainment outside of work. Yes, Your Majesty, but please wait a moment, I need to get changed. Of course, my queen. And I prefer your respectable clothing. Your grace and elegance should be in full display. As you wish, Your Majesty. Your Majesty wanted to bring me to the Opera House, and did you invite many others again? I guess around me there are many familiar ministers and nobles here. That's right, my queen. We are here to enjoy a most marvelous play. A marvelous play? Is it the marriage of Figaro? You need not be so insightful, Your Majesty. The king wanted to surprise you. Is that so? Yes. The Opera House is ready to stage the play ahead of schedule, and I invited everyone to watch its premiere. This is fantastic, Your Majesty. I didn't think I could watch a new play so soon. If it makes my queen happy, then it is worth it. Thank you, Your Majesty. The stage suddenly left, and the official performance of the highly anticipated play finally begins. Figaro, Susan, the Count and Countess, and all of the familiar characters appear on the stage with brand new faces. Oh goodness, that is a character I portray. What a strange feeling. Do you really feel like the character on stage? No, I had no wish to be Susan. And look at that fat and ugly lady. She's actually is Marcelina. She's not grateful like you. And the play begins, and the actors and stations on the stage once again, and Bear Marquis is among them. The king and I lead the applause, and I believe Bear Marquis can feel the people adding admiration at his moment. Thank you, everyone, and forgive me for the lack of flowery words to express my feelings right now. I once thought this play would be buried forever and with no hope of being performed. However, thanks to our magnanimous king, please allow me to once again express my most sincere gratitude to His Majesty and the most venerable Queen. Marquis advanced to me, and I can hold both sides, and this is truly the most perfect resolution. The marriage of Figaro is indeed a marvelous work, and I'm sure it will become a classic. And so I think the author should be equally honored. And I shall bestow upon you an award, Ben Marquis, to commend your excellent play. My most venerable king, this is a great honor. The marriage of Figaro spread widely through Europe, and it was adapted into an Italian opera by Mozart 8 years later. However, a word that so boldly reveals the ugliness of the nobility can influence history in interesting ways. Alright, human comedy, and that's the end of that, and then that's the end of that mini show, and then that's the end of that side story.